Hey, what is up guys? Logical Gamer here with another video for you. Today is really, it's pretty cool. It's a little different than usual. I know I say that a lot, but haven't done a GTA video in a while. So here's what we're doing today. Today we're going over all the cars in my garage, why I have them, and what I like about them. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so first off we have the Shih Tzu Vader, and oops, I just fell. What I like about this bike is it's pretty fast. It's got a pretty interesting look to it. I don't know why I have the green rims on it. I kind of have it for stunt montages and just riding around, and I just like the way it looks. It's pretty fast. It's not as fast as most of the other motorcycles. It's slower compared to some of them, but for the most part, for what it is, it's pretty fast and I like it. So let's go ahead and move on to my next vehicle. Okay, so the next car in my garage is the Albany Alpha. And what I like about this car is it's really fast. I mean, it's not as fast as some cars, but it's pretty fast. I like it. I really like the way the paint job you can do. See, you can see how fast this car is. You can do a lot with the car when it comes to tune-ups and looks. I went with the pearlescent bright purple. I think it's the bright purple. Yeah. Or maybe that's midnight purple. But I think it's the pearlescent bright purple. And oops. And my crew color on the, or my crew symbol on the side. But I like this car because it's very fast. It's kind of fun to drift with. It's not the best, but it's got a nice look to it. I'm sure you could put, I haven't really tried any other colors. I'm kind of stuck with this one. And I don't really have a major use for this car other than it looks nice. I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next vehicle in my garage. Alright, so the next vehicle that I'm pulling out of my garage with is the Mesa. It's the, yeah, Canis Mesa, I think that's how you say that. This is the, if you don't know, this is the car that the mercenaries drive around, or the Jeep. And I like the way it looks. It's pretty fast once you upgrade it. Mine has turbo tuning and a couple other upgrades on it. I'm not going to go through the whole list. But it looks nice with the spare tire on the back, and the color of the tire changes when you change the rim color. Only thing I wish happened was it would change the rim too, because as you can see it doesn't match the rest on it, which is fine. I'm not that picky, but so this is a really good off-road vehicle. It's really good if you're trying to get away from people too, because it's very fast once you put turbo tuning on it. And so yeah, it looks really good in most colors. I haven't seen a color it doesn't look good with, unless you have like red and I don't know, like purple or something, which to some people might look good, but you can customize the color on the roll cage and the actual body of the car itself. That's pretty cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next vehicle. Alright guys, so the next car I'm showing you is the Fudo. I don't know why I had to look, I totally forgot the name. Anyway, it's the Karen Fudo. I really like this car. I really like the way it looks with the bolts and the fenders, and I think those look pretty cool. And the customization, I gotta talk right. Customization options with this car, there's a lot of them. For example, with the hood, you can have it with the carbon fiber or not. And I think there's 3 or 4 different hoods you can put on it. The spoilers are really nice. This one's pretty tall, but it's the highest one, so I like it. This car is completely maxed out with the Driftmeister tires, so that I can drift a little better with this. I have the Stinger exhaust on it, and as you can see, the chrome paint job. I don't know why I put yellow rims, but at the time I guess I thought that would look good, which doesn't look bad. So Yeah, excellent drift car. I know you've probably seen a lot of YouTube videos of people drifting with these, and they're excellent for drifting. I haven't seen a better car for it yet, in my opinion. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next vehicle. Alright, so up next, guys, we have the Pegasi Baddie, or Body, however you pronounce it. This is a motorcycle. I think it's a motorcycle. I think it's like $15,000 on the cheaper car website. I can't remember what it's called at this time, but it's very fast, and it's really good for if you're trying to do stunts or make stunt montages for YouTube. This is the motorcycle I would recommend, because with even more upgrades than what I have on it, I don't even have full upgrades, and this thing's just flies. And I recommend this to anyone who wants to get away from anyone really quick. Even though it's usually not good to hop on a motorcycle and try to run from someone who's shooting at you, this motorcycle is a little bit different. It's very, very fast. As you saw, I cleared that whole thing. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next vehicle. Next vehicle is the Sabre Turbo, and a lot of people like this vehicle because it looks really cool. It's like it's a muscle car, sounds really nice, and when you upgrade it completely 100% full like I have, and put a paint job like I have done, it just looks and drives fantastic. It's really fast. Only downside to this car is it swerves really easily, and I don't like that. Give you an example. When you first start out, most cars, they like to stay straight, but in this car, if you come from a stop, it takes a minute to get it to start going, and then after that, whenever you go to try to turn or anything like that, it swerves a lot. I'm sure if I put like off-road tires or something like that, wouldn't slide around so much, but I don't think that would look good on this car. So what I've done, if you notice, the chrome is blue. If you don't know the glitch, I don't even know if it's really considered a glitch, but pretty much you put chrome on your car, and then you can add your crew, and then you go to crew color and you add your crew color, and then it kind of turns the chrome into whatever color your crew color was. So the spoiler is the max spoiler. It's the highest one you can get, which I was kind of expecting like a big wing spoiler or something like that, like on the Fudo, but that wasn't the case, and I'm glad, because this looks a lot better than whatever else they probably would have put on it. It does have the wheelie bar, although there's no real use for it. The car doesn't take off in a wheelie when you start going, which would be really cool if it did. And maybe that'll be something they put in a future update, which would be really cool. I do have it to where you've got like the engine sticking out of the top of the hood. And yeah, one thing I like about this car is the max, like on the Fudo, the maxed hood is carbon. It's carbon fiber, and I don't really like that, because I like to have my cars maxed out, but I don't like having like chrome and carbon fiber, because it doesn't really look good. So yeah, you can see my crew symbol again right there. And let's go ahead and move on to the next vehicle. So the next vehicle we have is the Patriot, and I think that's what this is called, right? Yep, Mammoth Patriot. And pretty much it's just a big Hummer. And what I've done to it is I put the chrome on it, the blue chrome, I think. Yeah, I think I put blue chrome on it. No, I didn't. Maybe I did. I don't know. And then the $sign lowrider rims. And there's not a lot about this truck that makes me really want to keep it, other than the fact that it's completely maxed out, and it's a good getaway car when you're running from cops or something like that. You can just you can pretty much ram through barricade and stuff, and yeah, run the cops over and get away pretty easily with it. The only thing is, it takes a while for it to catch speed, and once it does get going pretty fast, but it's not really worth the speed for the amount of time you have to wait. I'll just give you an example right now. There we go, there's a tree right here. We're gonna go right there. Alright, I bet a little checkered flag. So I'm going to start going here. Triggers all the way down. You can see it's starting to catch speed, but it just takes way too long for how fast I like to drive. And yeah, I crashed, but you saw, and that's the other thing. When you crash, you lose all the speed you had. You don't, like in the more expensive sports cars, you can actually save some of that speed, but not with this. You hit something and it stops you, which is really weird because it's a big truck. So let's go ahead and move on to the next vehicle. Alright, so next car is the Penumbra, I think is what it is. Penumbra, I think. Yeah, there you go. Penumbra, whatever. It's pretty nice. I like it. It's definitely in my top 4 or 5 favorite cars in the garage. That's including the Sabre Turbo. Sorry I didn't mention that before. Totally forgot to mention it, but this is definitely one of my favorite cars that are in my garage. Just the way it looks with the red rims and the chrome and all the upgrades for it. It does have quite a few tuning options. It doesn't have a lot, but it does have a good amount. When you first get it, it looks pretty cool automatically, but as soon as you put the body kits on it, the bumper, the different hood, tint the windows down, a new spoiler, it looks really cool. And as you can see, I've done the same thing with the blue chrome, the crew color chrome that I did with the Sabre Turbo. So I like this car also because it's very fast. It is fully upgraded. It's very fast once you fully upgrade it. When you first get it, it's not very fast. It takes a while for it to start going, and it's still, the acceleration is still kind of a problem with it even when it's upgraded, but not as much as when it doesn't have turbo tuning or any kind of engine upgrades at all. So as you can see, it's also a pretty good drift car. I like to drift in it sometimes. I kind of like how it's more rounded looking. It doesn't look as boxy as the Fudo does, so I like to drift with this sometimes just because of the way it looks. And honestly, I think the paint job looks a lot better on this car. The Fudo just kind of, I don't know, looks kind of boxy, and other paints would look good on it, but I like to have chrome on certain cars, so. Let's go ahead and move on to the next vehicle. For the next vehicle in my garage, I have the Vapid Sand King XL. It looks really, really beast. I love the way it looks once you completely upgrade it and put everything you can put on it. Not only engine upgrades, but looks. I mean, the $ rims look really good on this. And I have yellow tire smoke on it because I don't think there's a green tire smoke, so. And I have the lime green and chrome, and it looks really nice. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it looks really good. And if I saw this thing coming at me, I'd probably move out of the way. With all the engine upgrades it has on it, it's very fast for what it is. When you first get this truck, it's not fast at all. But when you put the upgrades on it, it gets going pretty good, as you can see. It gets going a lot faster than my Patriot does, or any of the other, well, not any of the other vehicles, but any of the other trucks or larger vehicles that are in my garage. It does have full upgrades when it comes to the looks. The rims, I probably could have put off-road rims on it, but I don't really go off-roading that much. And I thought this just looked way cooler because you never see a big off-roading truck with lowrider rims on it just driving around in the street. When I drive around with this, people tend to like kill me. And it's weird because in Grand Theft Auto 5, you'll notice the nicer your car looks, the more people just want to shoot you in the face. And so that's really strange. But I guess that's one way of telling if your car is good looking or whatever. So yeah. I do like this this Sand King better than the other one. It has more space. It has 4 doors. The other one I think has 2. And it just doesn't look as nice as this one does, especially with the fuel tanks underneath with the matte black. Which I could have gone with the colored fuel tanks, and they probably would have been green or chrome. But I stuck with the matte black because it was the highest upgrade I could put on it. So let's go ahead and move on to our next vehicle. Alright, so last but certainly not least, we have the Dinka Jester. Now this is absolutely my favorite car that I have in my garage. I love the way it looks. It looks really cool. It's really, really fast. It's the fastest vehicle in my garage. And you can put pretty much any color on this car and it'll look good. I haven't found one that I couldn't drive around with and not like. Right now on it, it's usually drifts pretty well and slides around if you want it to. There's quite a few options when it comes to the looks of the car. You can upgrade the spoiler. That is the maxed out spoiler. I believe that's the maxed out spoiler. I think so. And maybe it's not the maxed out spoiler. I don't know. But pretty sure. I know I don't have max engine upgrades. I know I have. I'm pretty sure I have the max. What is it called? Upgrades for the outside of the car. The rims, not so much. They're like I said, they're off-roading tires, and I didn't really like it, but whatever. This car looks really good in like a matte black or a red, or it looks good in pearlescent too. But I think it looks best in a solid color. Right now I have the white and blue, and the rims don't exactly match because I wasn't paying attention whenever I was doing it. I was just going for the closest color. So yeah, I recommend this car to anyone who likes to drive around in a really good-looking car, and it's very fast. It's not the newest car, but it's from the last update just before. I believe it's from the last update just before the I'm Not a Hipster update. I'm not sure though. If you would, show me that you like this video and you like my channel by subscribing. Peace.